Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got news out of Jones County where police are asking for your help in finding this man who is allegedly a part of a robbery. The Jones County Sheriff's Office responded to the Hardees in Maysville at approximately 6:15 a.m. for an attempted robbery and assault. The suspect entered the restaurant, demanded money, and threatened the employee with a knife. The employee fought back, getting cut in the process, and the suspect fled. The victim was treated and released by EMS. The Sheriff's Office, along with Maysville Police Department, have been actively running down leads in an attempt to identify the suspect. Due to the age of the surveillance equipment, it took a little longer to provide a photo, but the Sheriff's Office is asking the public's help in attempting to identify the suspect. If you have any information, you can call the Jones County Sheriff's Office at 252-448-0035. You can find that number at the bottom of your screen. And now we want to highlight the ongoing protests in Iran, and President Trump is now floating tariffs for any countries who assist Iran's current regime. BC's Richard Engel has more.
This morning, new videos are emerging from Iran showing the government's violent crackdown on protesters. This man appearing injured on the ground as thousands continue to gather to demand the overthrow of Iran's Islamic government in power since 1979. Another shows families searching for loved ones among body bags. But the disturbing videos are increasingly rare. With the internet already cut by the government, this morning a human rights group tells NBC News state security services are now hunting for the few satellite communication systems activists have been using to smuggle out videos, and are even going house to house to physically cut phone lines and plunge Iran into a total internet darkness.
When you cut landlines, it's also very evident that they are trying to prevent the organization of actors inside the country, and it's not successful. People are still coming to the street in massive numbers.
A U.S. official with direct knowledge of events tells NBC News protests have now spread to every Iranian province, that the crowds remain huge, and that the government appears to be on its heels. The Speaker of Iran's parliament warned if the U.S. attacks, American bases will burn. President Trump has said that would be a big mistake.
If they did that, it'll be met with a very, very powerful force.
In Iran, state media, the only media amid the tightening communications blackout, are telling Iranians the government is in full control and calling the protesters rioters. As pro-government counter-protesters have been mobilized, Iran's president took to the streets to show he's still in charge.
And again, that was Richard Engel reporting. We now turn to your weather forecast. We've got our eyes on several systems that are going to be approaching the east coast of the United States over really the tail end of this week. And it's going to bring a chance of rain. It'll also bring about some colder air temperatures coming up for your Friday. End of the week, get ready for a chill. Here's what we've got right now across the country. You can see we've got kind of three areas of rainfall. One in kind of the southeastern corner of Montana. Another one pretty much set up right over Michigan and Lake Michigan over the Great Lakes area. And then another one down near central Texas. All three of those systems are going to be coming together over the East Coast. But for now, everything is looking sunny and dry across eastern North Carolina. No rain showers at this point. Not expecting any today. They're going to be holding off until we get into tomorrow. Right now, air temperatures in the low to mid 40s. We're warming up quickly compared to where we were yesterday, thanks to the sunshine and the southwesterly winds. Right now, winds blowing in at about 4 to 8 miles an hour out of the southwest. For this afternoon, expect highs to get into the upper 50s. A few areas could certainly sneak into the low 60s as well, with wind speeds out of the southwest generally ranging through the day about 5 to 10 miles an hour. We may see a few along the coast register wind speeds a little bit higher than that, but we'll stay clear overnight tonight. That will again allow air temperatures to drop down near freezing. Should stay a little bit above the 32-degree mark though as we head into tomorrow morning. But cloud cover will be present pretty much throughout the day tomorrow. The later we get in the day, the thicker the cloud cover will be. So if you're hoping for some sunshine, it's going to happen in the morning. Now, as we make our way into the afternoon, looking at mid to upper 50s planned, with again a southwesterly breeze blowing in at about 7 to 15 miles an hour. The rain chances again going to be very light to start the day. Not seeing a whole lot for today, but cloud cover will greet us early tomorrow morning. Raindrops will show up in the late morning hours, most likely around lunchtime, maybe a little bit beforehand. And then we get even more rain showing up by the time we reach 4, 5, 6 o'clock. This will be the first of the big boundaries that roll through eastern North Carolina. The second will make its way through once we get past midnight. So we may end up with a few lingering showers there early Thursday morning, but not anticipating those raindrops to linger into your Thursday too deep. We're probably going to be dry as we head towards lunchtime on Thursday, but here's kind of how it's all going to come together. High pressure system today keeps us sunny for the next, well, give it about 18 hours, and then things start to get a little cloudy. As you can see, all of those systems kind of converging all together across the East Coast. Now, of course, everything is going to move out into the Atlantic by the time most of us wake up on Thursday, but the high pressure system that sits further back towards the west, that's going to increase the northwesterly wind flow over eastern North Carolina, driving air temperatures down. Thursday, it's going to be a chilly day, but I think we're probably going to feel more of the chill on Friday thanks to the winds and the frigid start to the day. Yeah, Friday's high is higher than Thursday's, but starting out the day at 20 degrees flat on Friday puts us below freezing for more of the morning hours, and it kind of keeps that frigid air lingering a little bit longer into the day. Now on Saturday, we'll warm back up into the mid-50s, only to see those air temperatures come crashing right on back down again into the mid-40s by Sunday, thanks to another cold front. And then through next week, we again will be staying below our seasonal average for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, as well as the following Tuesday. Now, I do want to say good morning to Bernice Davis, looking good in Duplin County. Love hearing that. Hopefully you have a fantastic day, Bernice. Thank you for joining me over on Facebook. But that's all we have time for today's 10 a.m. News and Weather Update. Now, we'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a fantastic Tuesday.